Hi, it's Netiva again, and this is lesson number 2, Tackling Public Records. In this lesson, you'll learn how public records are reported on our credit reports, where the information actually comes from, and you'll receive my 6 strategies on challenging them for accuracy. Public records are one of the most negative items that can report on our credit reports, particularly tax liens and bankruptcies. Unlike personal information in our other credit accounts, public records are not voluntarily supplied to the credit bureaus. The credit bureaus hire third-party vendors who will scour the public records in various courthouses across the country. They gather this information and submit it to the credit bureaus. This means that public records have to be inputted into the bureau's systems manually, and the chances of human error are pretty big. So keep that in mind as I go over my 6 strategies for handling public records on your credit report. The very first thing you want to do is to review the item for inaccuracies, anything that seems out of place, anything that's incomplete. So you're looking at the dates, the courthouse name, the responsibility of the debt, the attorney's name, the status of the actual public record, everything. Make sure that it's 100% accurate and 100% complete. You also want to pay attention to the payment status to see if it's listed as actually satisfied or still being due. If it's not correct, it needs to be removed, because if the public record is wrong, then the information on your credit report is wrong, and only accurate information can report in your credit files. The next thing you want to do is go after the public record itself. Look to see if the actual public record is valid. Is your name correct in that documentation that was submitted to you? Are the account numbers to your account correct? Is the original creditor correct? Your address, were you served properly? Is the balance correct that's being collected on? Remember, once the public record is formally challenged, the burden of proof is on the creditor and not you. This applies to tax liens as well. The burden of proof is on the IRS, and there shall be a full accounting of everything and every item, every cent that they're attempting to collect on. So if anything is inaccurate, it can be grounds for vacating the public record. Keep in mind that removing the public record will in most cases not get rid of the debt, so you will still have to pay this account in more cases than none. Working out a payment arrangement for the debt and negotiating that the attorney stands still when you contest it is another strategy. This means that when you challenge the validity of the public record through the court system, the creditor will not respond. By their lack of response, the judgment will then be vacated. This works best when you pay the account in full or when you negotiate it close to the full price. For tax liens, however, the IRS has a Fresh Start program where you can pay the lien or make regular payments on time via automatic withdrawals, and they'll remove the lien from your credit reports once you complete an application for withdrawal. For your records, I've included a copy of this Fresh Start program and the form that you will actually need to complete. So far, we've covered tax liens and judgments. The 6th strategy is going to focus on bankruptcies. Many are under the impression that if they remove the bankruptcy, then it's as if it's never occurred. This is not true. The accounts that were discharged in bankruptcy that are still reflecting on your credit report are equally as damaging. So it's the bankruptcy and the accounts that were included in your bankruptcy that you want to focus on. But before you even go towards the public record, the bankruptcy, first you want to review the accounts that were discharged in your bankruptcy. You want to ensure that they're listed with the 0 balance and that the verbiage IIB included in bankruptcy is included, and that the negative notation of what it was is completely gone. So your goal here is to get as many of the items that were discharged in the bankruptcy removed before you go after the actual bankruptcy itself. Ready to get started on tackling public records on your credit report? Let's go!